What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob, doing a Patreon request for Peter White, a longtime Patreon and buddy of mine. This is the Two Brewers 42 and 45. Okay, release 42, 45. I have a lot of Two Brewers, as you can tell over my shoulder, plus I have some stashed. So it's hard to keep up with all of the releases. I would love to. I wish I could, but just, I have a lot of whiskey in general, so it's hard to get to all of these, plus keep up with them. But as you can tell, I haven't had these for that long, and we've been really enjoying them. This one was bottled, the 42 was bottled in March of 2024, and the 45 was bottled in April of 2024. 42 is a classic release. Okay, so for those of you that know, or don't know anyway, there's 4 types of releases: classic, peated, special finishes, and innovative. This is the classic. In this classic, it's 7% 10-year-old, 53% 11-year-old, and 40% 13-year-old. So only 7% 10 years old. That's the youngest stuff in this bottle. It's a combination of 40% malted wheat and 60% malted barley. So that's 42, which I will nose and taste in just a sec. But I want to explain this one over here because it's probably a more rare cask for them. The 42 is 46%. Okay. This is a classic as well, but it's a single cask. Okay. And it's a single cask that consists of 40% rye and 60% pale barley. Okay, so it's not quite enough rye to be considered a American standard rye, but there's quite a bit of rye in this one. Like I said, 40%, and it's 14 years old. So it was one barrel, sat in a bourbon barrel for 14 years, and this is what we got. And I assure you, it's excellent stuff. Gonna nose both of these, taste them, give them a mark. Starting over here with the release 42. Again, 46%. 40% malted wheat, 60% malted barley, no younger than 10 years old, and the smallest portion of it is 10 years old. That classic Two Brewers melon, mango, fruit punch kind of nose. Just gorgeous. Honestly, doesn't matter what combination of grain they use at Two Brewers, they somehow manage to find that distillery characteristic that is just gorgeous. It's got to be coming from their barley, but it's their style. It's their beer maker applied to a whiskey background kind of mix mash style that just is absolutely incredible. So fruity, apples, cantaloupe, honeydew, light mango note. I think the biggest difference between the way they do things is their fermentation process as well as their roasted grain. That all encompassed with their very unique stills that are unlike probably anywhere in the world. Okay, just a gorgeous, very approachable nose on the palate. Light, but tasty, easy pour and play kind of whiskey here. Nothing off-putting. I definitely wouldn't be able to say that I could taste the wheat here. It's malted wheat, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. In a bourbon mash bill, when they use wheat, I'm not sure if they use malted wheat. But it's very good. Honestly, you cannot go wrong with any of the classics. If I was recommending any Two Brewers to someone new, I would say start with the classics because you're getting that true distillery characteristic out of them. Very, very good stuff. One more sip, I'm going to give this a mark. So good. Easily 86. Honestly, I would buy that again all day. That's my buy again price. Is it the best Two Brewers I've had so far? No, but that doesn't change the fact that you cannot miss with these guys. I haven't had a bad one. I haven't had a mediocre one. I've had only really good to great to out of this world Two Brewers. So again, 86, really, really good. Definitely buy it if you can get it at a reasonable price, which most Alberta stores have them at fair prices. And you can also check out their website. Here's the 45. The single casks tend to obviously sell out a little faster. I think this is brought down to 58% ABV. So maybe not necessarily cask strength, but still, you know, great ABV. Not many bottles. 14 years old. They're getting up there in age now, guys. So now's the time to really pay attention because it's going to get harder and harder to get these guys. I think it would be really cool if they used the Yukon single malt whiskey logo and this kind of like white and like the big map in the background kind of logo, like black in this logo here, but in bigger letters down the middle, and then maybe Two Brewers in a little smaller letters as their like logo for the front of the bottle. Because I think, not that I care because I don't want more people buying it, but to be more globally appealing look-wise, I think that would be the final touch because I like the shape of the bottle for sure. But who am I? Let's be honest. Great nose. This is a 40% rye, 60% malted barley, all in one cask, aged for 14 years. 58% ABV. Just a ton of sweet fruit on this one as well. But this one definitely dips into like an oak, like a light oak kind of flavor. Syrupy, like maple syrupy almost. The palate's awesome. Nice viscosity. A little bit of rye spice in there. I got a little bit more rye spice in the beginning of this bottle, and as it goes down, as it oxidizes, it seems like it's tapering off a little bit, but it's like just the age is really coming through now. The viscosity on this, the cooked down fruits, apple pie, caramel apple pie, that kind of thing. That's really nice. Honestly, this is beautiful. It's a single cask. It's 14 years old. So, I mean, I'm not sure what globally that's worth elsewhere, but obviously smaller distilleries, the prices are starting to creep up a little bit. I think this one was about 170 bucks. I would buy a second one. That's how good it is. It's definitely worth the price. Obviously, would I like to have it at a lower price? Of course, but these guys got to keep the lights on. They don't pump out a ton of whiskey. They haven't released a whiskey since this one, since 45, which again was bottled in April. So 46 hasn't come out. Usually it's about, once a month or once every other month. They'll probably come out with a bunch all at once in the next little while, but man, like I said, these guys are starting to creep up in age and they are all very, very good. Yeah, that's great. That's an excellent whiskey. I'm going to give this one an 88. Obviously, the ABV helps when it's a little higher. You're going to get a little bit more out of it. But just all around, it's an excellent whiskey. So you cannot go wrong with that one. All right, guys, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notifications for when I release videos. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook and support this channel on Patreon. Cheers.
All your broken pieces make a beautiful mosaic.